Have you ever found yourself staring at your screen, endlessly tweaking one polygon, adjusting the lighting by just 1%, rotating that shape just a few more degrees, and still feeling like it's not quite right? If you're like me, or like so many artists I know, every detail matters. Yet looking back, you wonder, why did this take so long? And why does it still feel, not quite right? Here's the thing. I've been there, we've all been there. And if you're stuck in that loop right now, this episode is for you. Welcome to Peace and Pixels, the place where we talk about the mental wellness of digital artists, creatives, and anyone trying to balance passion with productivity. I'm your host today, Esther Michael. Today we'll meander through neuroscience, deeper understanding of perfectionism. We'll talk about the perfectionism trap and even a few quiet tools, not rules, but tools that you can slide into your workflow to make your creative work feel lighter. So lean in, let's talk. Let's start with the brain because sometimes knowing why you're stuck can be less about fixing and more about feeling seen. Perfectionism isn't just, oh, I like things nice. It's wired in. Studies break it into two types. Adaptive perfectionism, which is a type of perfectionism that drives on to make things really good, and maladaptive perfectionism, which is a type of perfectionism that spirals where you never finish because it's not perfect yet. A study by Frost et al. In 2023 showed that adaptive perfection can be great for pushing through hard work, but maladaptive perfection, on the other hand, it's tied tightly to burnout, rumination, and feeling like you're not at your best yet and should keep going. Yes, psychologists have names for things like this so we can better untangle and understand them. Picture this. Perfectionism is like a pot of soup that you keep stirring and stirring but never letting it simmer. At some point, if you stir it too much, the soup goes cold while you're still waiting for it to simmer. Or you've baked a cake, poked it again and again to check if it's done, then poke again and again. And when you finally decide it's ready, it's overbaked. In the Discord studio channel, I stumbled into a mid-afternoon check-in where someone asked, "When do I stop?" And another simply replied, "When you love how it looks from a mile away, not up close," which is a huge contrast to most people's beliefs. If it's perfect up close, then it will be 10 times even better for a mile away. Doesn't matter if you're a writer or a 3D artist, we chase the finish line, but we also keep moving the finish line. But sometimes noticing that chase is the first step to breathing. Quiet thought. Perfectionism often masks fear. Fear of failure, fear that something is wrong with you or your work, and in staying in that loop, you're constantly proving yourself to yourself. When thoughts like just one more render, one more tweak sneak into your mind softly, that's when the project starts running you instead of the other way around. So if today is hard, that's okay. That heaviness is valid. When you find yourself spiraling down the perfectionism web, here are some tested strategies that can help you pick yourself out of that web. 1. Time boxing with intention. Set a hard limit on how long you'll spend on a project or even on a single render pass. When the timer ends, you ship it. This interrupts the endless tweaking cycle. So say to yourself, I'm committing 45 minutes to this task, and when the bell rings, I'm done. No negotiating. And if you want, take some time to reflect, but give yourself permission to leave. 2. Reframe completion. Ask yourself, does this serve the story? Does it convey the idea? If the answer is yes, then it's done, even if it's not perfect. Think of your scene like a sketch. A sketch isn't perfect. It has lines that don't align, shapes that are rough, but it communicates something clearly. When you aim for that looseness, rather than polished detail, your work breathes differently. 3. Iterative success. Always remember, art is a process. Instead of expecting one render to be your masterpiece, think of it as one step in your creative evolution. It could be closing your work with journaling, done for today, or good for now. Just a small closure signal that doesn't feel shameful. 4. Pure whispering. Instead of aiming for no criticism, expect it as part of growth. Each critique is proof that you're creating and sharing, not proof that you failed. Find a friend you can check in and say, "It's ready," and they whisper back, "Yes, it looks right." Not perfect, right. That mirror helps. And 5. Mental reset. If you find yourself stuck, walk away. If that voice of perfectionism is loud, try rewriting it. Turn "this render is wrong" into "I did enough today, and tomorrow I'll adjust it if it needs it," or "this is not my best work yet. I know that because I'm still learning and getting better every day with practice." I'd like you and me to sit for a minute. Let's pause. Close your eyes or soften your gaze and think of a project you didn't finish because it wasn't quite right. Remember how you felt. Now imagine hitting render anyway. What does that feel like? Anxiety? Relief? Something else? That's your intuition speaking. Now tell yourself, "I am allowed to finish." You're not choosing failure, you're choosing forward. Sit with that feeling for as long as you need. It's okay, you're not alone. If you start feeling heavy and you feel tired or discouraged, please don't hesitate to talk to someone, a friend, a therapist trained in self-compassion, or maybe groups like Creative Minds Network, where making room for "I finished anyway" is welcome. Sometimes the most radical act is whispering "I am enough" and pressing export. So thank you. Thank you for staying with me. I know sometimes perfectionism whispers that just listening to a podcast like this means there's something wrong with you. That's a lie. If you took even one breath lighter while listening, that's progress. If you dared to pause or chose to release ever so slightly, that's bravery. You're not settling with mediocrity, you're choosing to be human. As we close, every polygon you call down is a small victory, so share this with someone who might need that quiet nod. Thank you for being here. Thank you for listening. Until next time, keep creating, keep breathing, and please take care of your mind and your art. See you in the next one. Bye.